I thought I'd do something a little different. I do foreign drama reviews and that kind of thing, but I watched something on Netflix that I really liked. So, growing up, I had seen bits and pieces, but never actually sat down and watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And I was like going through Netflix to see what new stuff they'd added. I saw that they had brought it back. I don't know if it's the same and they did things slightly different this time. I don't know if it was based on it and someone just did their take of it. I don't know. Like I said, unfortunately, I never really got into Sabrina. Because it kind of seemed a little cheesy, and you could tell they were doing kind of like a family comedy. But this time, they changed the title. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And it's a lot darker. It's not a comedy this time. It's very much a coming-of-age story about a girl named Sabrina who is half witch, half human. And why do you always whine every time? She's either whining or doing something in the background every time I film. Is it really filming? Anyway, but basically it's her. God damn it, I'm blanking again. So half mortal, half witch, half human, half witch, but they say mortal. So, and she's with her aunts like she was, and she was with her aunts, I believe, in the originals. She lived with her aunts. Her parents were gone. This time, her parents are dead. She does have Salem, but this time he's a familiar. I don't know what he was. I can't remember if he was like a family member or something, but I believe Salem in the original was a warlock who broke some kind of rule and was turned into a cat, if I remember correctly. And he was always up to mischief. In this one, he's a familiar that's summoned by Sabrina. You get, when you're a witch, you get like a catalog of familiars and that kind of thing you can pick from it, but she decided, no, I'm gonna summon my own. See if anyone wants to take a position, So essentially she kind of like set out a flyer. Like, hey, I'm looking for familiar, who wants to sign up? And he shows up, and you kind of see his, I want to say goblin or whatever form. I don't know what they call it, I can't remember. But they're not human, essentially, these familiars. And they just take on various animal forms. Well, hers is Black Cat, and instead of naming him Salem, she just briefly mentions, he says his name is Salem. Or to call him Salem, or something like that, This time, he does not talk. At least, well, there's only 10 episodes, and he when he very first shows up, and you see him in his, whatever the fuck, shadow, demon-y looking form, you just barely see darkness with eyes in the background. I think I wasn't really paying attention. I was distracted by the other parts of the set in the background, so I didn't, I'd actually have to go back and get a good look at him, but still, he's mostly in the shadows, so you don't really see him. But he talks there for for a second or so. And then he turns to a cat, and then you don't hear him talk. I mean, they do talk to each other, but he's talking like a cat would. He's meowing. And apparently Sabrina can understand him. So, I'm assuming he's eventually going to talk. But it's more like he's incognito than like he's just fucking around speaking cat. I'm guessing he's just probably doing it so it's not as obvious that she's talking or something. They don't hint at it. This is my guess.